Crash happened so fast. That car seemed like it came out of nowhere. You fell and hit the ground before you even realized it was slippery. Injuries can happen before you even know you're in danger. And then it seems like almost immediately the calls start. Maybe it's an insurance adjuster wanting a recorded statement, or the doctor's office or hospital wanting to know how those bills are going to get paid. Or maybe it's work wanting to know when you'll be back at work. And you're left trying to deal with pain, medical appointments, missed work, and an insurance claim process that seems way more complicated than it needs to be. If you were hurt in a car crash, a trucking accident, trip and fall, or some other serious incident in Eau Claire, you may be searching for an Eau Claire personal injury lawyer. Eau Claire County injury cases can involve things like Wisconsin personal injury claims, auto accident laws, premises liability rules, product liability statutes, insurance policies, and complicated deadlines that you may not even know exist. I'm Craig Steger. I'm a personal injury attorney with more than 20 years of experience handling serious injury cases, including trials against big insurance companies. Here are 3 things you should know after an Eau Claire personal injury. First, you don't have to give a recorded statement before speaking with a lawyer, and you never have to give it a recorded statement to the other person's insurance company. Insurance adjusters are trained to make it sound routine or that they just want your side of the story. But if you're on pain or maybe you're on medication, recovering from a surgery, you might be confused, overwhelmed, and still trying to figure out what happened. In that case, a recorded statement can create problems later. At the beginning, you may not yet know the full extent of your injuries. Your doctors may not even know that. You may not yet know whether there was any witnesses and what they saw or heard. You may not know whether there was video that captured some or all of what happened. You may not yet know whether there was a defective condition that contributed or caused the entire thing. Maybe there was a safety rule violation, or whose insurance policy is actually responsible. So before you give a recorded statement, you should understand who is asking for it, which insurance company they represent, and whether you're legally required to give it. You should know that it could affect your claim. Second, if you can, photograph and document the entire scene. This is especially important when the injury involves some sort of a temporary condition. Things like ice, it melts and gets salted. That broken step that was like that for years suddenly gets repaired. That wet floor, it gets mopped right away. Cars and machinery, they get moved, repaired, or sometimes sent to the junkyard. Farm machinery can get fixed, sold, or put back in use. If you can do it safely, try to take photos and videos from all kinds of different angles. Try to show the condition that actually caused the injury. Show the surrounding area, any vehicle damage especially. Try to show anything that might explain what happened. If you can, get names and phone numbers of any witnesses. Write down for yourself what happened, especially while it's still fresh in your mind. And remember, there may be surveillance video from a nearby gas station, home, or other business, but it needs to be requested immediately before it gets deleted or recorded over. In an Eau Claire personal injury claim, video evidence can be the difference between a strong case and an insurance company denying your claim entirely. Third, and probably most important, get medical attention and follow your doctor's recommendations. This isn't the time to try to tough it out. Delaying treatment can hurt your health, and it can also hurt your case. So get checked out. Tell the medical providers what hurts. Now, don't exaggerate, but also don't minimize your injuries either. If your neck hurts, make sure you tell them that your neck hurts. If it's your back, make sure you tell them where your back hurts and what kinds of things make it worse. If your symptoms get worse over the next few days, report that too. Try to follow the treatment plan that they have for you. Make sure you go to those appointments. And if you're referred to a specialist or to have additional testing done, make sure you follow up with that as well. Insurance companies love delays. They look for gaps in treatment, any missed appointments, any excuse to argue that you weren't really hurt, or if you were, you healed quickly from your injuries. Good medical care is both your health and creates the documentation needed to prove what that injury did to your life. Serious injury cases in western Wisconsin can involve more than one kind of claim. A car crash may involve multiple insurance policies. A trucking accident may involve the driver, trucking company, the dispatcher, the broker, lots of safety rules. A farming accident may involve poorly maintained land or defective machinery. A trip and fall may involve premises liability laws and evidence that can disappear quickly. And if that serious injury should unfortunately become fatal, the family needs to speak with a wrongful death lawyer about what Wisconsin law allows them to do under those circumstances. If you have questions after a serious injury in Eau Claire or the surrounding area, feel free to call or text the number on the screen. The consultation is free. And if you want to understand what happens next, just watch the next video on the screen or one of the pinned videos below, where I explain the entire process of a Wisconsin personal injury claim from start to finish.